Hello there, beautiful people. Today I'm going to show you how to browse the database for South Texas College so that you can begin your research. Okay. All right. So the first thing you want to do is go to the South Texas College website. There's two ways that you can find the library. You can just scroll all the way to the bottom. It says library, computer science, or computer labs, or you can just type it directly in the browser, library.southtexascollege.edu. Okay. Alrighty. So here it takes you to the library page. I like to start my research in the discovery search because this one has the majority of the databases in through STC. Okay, so they're accessible to you through STC. So I want like to start my search there. Some professors will ask you to do specific databases. That is because that's in their field. That's just preference. For a research paper like this one, I think it's very general. So you just go ahead and use whatever is out there. Okay. All right. So let's get started. I'm going to put in my search keyword. Remember that this is not a Google search bar, so you can't type your entire thesis here. You cannot type your original uh, topics that you have to say about the topic, your original thinking. You are finding problems and solutions for this topic. So that's what you want to type in. Keywords. Remember the Boolean terms. And when you do this, remember also the truncation for the keywords. So just start with, in this case, I'm going to start with, since I've already been thinking about my research paper, stress. That's the problem that I'm looking at in particular field. So I'm going to put in teaching. That's a very common problem in teaching. Okay. So then I'm just going to hit enter here and it's going to redirect me to another page. I'm just going to share this tab instead. Hopefully I did this right. Okay. So it took me there. And what I want to do now is because you will probably not have physical access to the library, you want to narrow down your search to database online items only. Okay, so that's really important because sometimes you come across something really, really good and it's not, you don't have access to it because it's like an actual print. Okay, the next thing you want to do is narrow it down by click limiters. And I want you to either narrow it down by full text or full PDF sometimes. Either one. Full PDF is just like if it's a print book, you have the full access to the actual print, which would be the PDF file, right? So if it's printed in color, you can see all the colors, you can see the page numbers and all of that. So that's a good strategy. So it would be the narrow would be full text and PDF. All right. Okay. So then now I have some that I could look at, right? So I also want to make sure that it's with my topic. Look at this one: stress management intervention program for teaching and staff. Okay, so I just browsed through all of them. There's over 37,000 results. So I want to just click on the one that you have. Earlier, I found this other one. And this particular one I liked because well, it talked about the teacher's psychological and self-reported stress, teaching practices, and students' learning outcomes. So it kind of like gives me like a general information of the entire topic. There are some that are research starters, and you just want to get informed on the topic first. You want to know everything about education, or in this case, teaching specifically, and you know how some teachers might come across stress. Okay. So this one has a really good abstract and methods, and so it gives me a really good overview of the text. Now, this one is 17 pages long, but look, it has some graphics and it is labeled. So there are some sections of it that I could probably use, and there are some things in this. It has a lot of graphics. It has a lot of labels, which is really good, more geared towards my topic, right? So what are the aims? What are the methods? And measures psychological stress in teachers and all of that, right? So this one is really good. It also has a lot of data, so you can actually cite data in your research paper by names of figures and stuff. So you can look at the format specifically on how to cite these things. Now, notice I'm already on page 10, but at page 13, I reach well the reference page, right? And the rest of that is reference pages. So it is a good read. Um, it is suggested that you read it all, yes, because you can quote multiple times from it. But also, I like the reference page because this can give me other places to look, other things to go and research myself. So I can actually, click on the DOIs. Maybe they're in the same database. If not, then I can look at the article directly through the title of it, or through that. So if you wanted the title of something, you can go back to your search, um, and you, instead of keyword, you could put it in by title or by author or by subject, right? So any of these, if you have a specific title of a work that you're looking for, then you type in the title there and you put the title there. Okay. All right. Another thing to do is, once you have that article that you want to use, share this tab instead. Okay. Once you have that article that you want to use, there's several things that you could do with it. You could save the item, right? So it'll tab it on the databases. The recommended one is that you download it. Once you see that it's useful to you, download it so you can have access to it offline. Okay. You can print it too in PDF, or print it if you have access to a printer. You can share it with yourself, send an email, or my best one of my favorite features is that you can actually cite it, right? So you can pull up the citation information in MLA, copy and paste this information into your works cited, and there you have it. Okay, this is correct. That's correct way. Sometimes the citations features don't do this correctly. These databases do, because these are entered by people. Okay. All right. So download the article once you just deem it, relevant to your study. All right. The next thing that I wanted to show you is that not everything has to be related to your problem and everything else, your problem and the field. This is a particular essay in which you're going to focus on problem and solution. So you can definitely start looking at your problem, but now look at solutions. And now I am going to narrow down my search by adding, and I'm going to take away the education part, because stress is something you can deal with in many ways, not just for education, for educators, right? So then I'm going to put stress, right, to show me stress, statistics and things like that, and stress managing strategies, so that way I can bring those two together. This is relevant to my research, because now I can provide solutions. So problem, solution. Your essay is going to be not just focusing on the problems, but more on the solutions. What are those strategies to tackle that? Because the whole point is of you finding out of your own career, and then finding out the problems in that career, and then going in there armed with some things to help you through those problems in your career field, right? So you're going to have to focus on the solutions too. Okay, so one good way to managing stress is this one, viewing the workplace. So I can go there, view details, and okay, just making sure it looks the right tab. Takes a little while. All right, so if it hasn't asked you to sign in, it will at some point. I was already logged in, but some sharing tabs it asks me to log in multiple times. All right, so here it takes me to EBSCO. EBSCO is one of the databases that are available to you. You don't want to log in through EBSCO. You want to log in through STC, because you don't have an account with EBSCO. You have an account with STC. Okay. All right, so here's the text. This one is one of those that you can um, yeah, I knew it would do that. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, I have multiple steps to get through, but you would just log in and it would give you that. I don't have my device with me, so it's not going to let me in. Okay, so I just wanted to point out that, remember the Boolean terms. The Boolean terms are going to help you, um, either broaden your search. So the and will narrow your search to just those things. So if I were to type stress and teaching, what is the relationship in those? It's going to narrow those just to those results. So here I have 30,534 results. I search, and that should narrow it down to those two things, right? So this one, uh, just to 2,000 searches. Okay, so that's good to know. If I put stress or teaching, well, it's going to give me everything on both, right? So be careful with those Boolean terms. I typed that on. The red stressors. Okay, so now I have more than 300,000 results. So of course, I'm telling you, this is how the Boolean terms. And if I could say stress and teaching, not administration. Let's see if that turns up. Now I'm being really specific, so I may get like very little results, 2,000 results, which is good. It's very specific, but you got to play around with the terms, all right? And not everything you search has to do with your very own topic, right? So you can also relate it to the solutions of your problem. All right. Well, that's a wrap. I don't want to keep this too long. I'll see you tomorrow in class. Continue to work on the pre-writing and finding that one article, read it and summarize it by Sunday. And this pre-writing is going to take the place of your discussion. So make sure you meet the deadline. Otherwise, you're not going to get the points. Okay. Got to start early in the research process. Browse around a little bit and yeah, let me know if you have questions. Okay. So let me know if you have questions. That is all. Okay. So I'll see you tomorrow back in class. I'm sorry that I had to be out today. All right. Bye-bye now.